Hello everyone. Hi. Welcome and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a collective timeless reading. So, whenever this reading finds its way to you is the right time, but keep in mind it's a general reading. So, see what signs, symbols, messages, energies resonate for you in your particular situation and hopefully help to bring you a little clarity on whatever you're wondering, concerned, and confused about. It could broaden your perspective and show you something with fresh eyes. But in the end, always trust yourself. That divine inner guidance is inside of you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so that your decisions are sound and based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with the Animal Whispers Empowerment cards. Get a little clarity on the energy going on right now. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and the greatest good of all. Messages for the collective, please and thank you. Insight into the energy going on and how to navigate this energy best. Look at this, you got the peacock. All right, you're starting out by strutting your stuff. Let your feathers shine. Get creative with how you're expressing yourself. It's being yourself and being proud of yourself. I love the peacock. And when I think of the peacock, I do think of Archangel Gabriel. So I do think of speaking and the throat chakra and speaking through a high vibration of love. So it's telling you to strut your stuff, do it, show your true colors. Maybe a little peacocking energy is in order as well. Wear that fun hat. Put on your fancy shoes. You can even do like, I'm getting like one little pop of something. So even if you're in like, you know, like a simple, I actually see like a simple white t-shirt and jeans, but it's that little pop of something. I actually see red shoes very specifically. Maybe it's your earrings. Maybe you're getting your hair cut, a little glow up energy. But this could also be vibration and energy. It doesn't have to be your personal style. It's your personal inner style that's shining through here today. So let's continue. Hey, look at you strutting your stuff today. I love the card just is kind of making me smile. Do I have another animal? I do. Let's go to a different animal deck and see what comes through. This one is the secret language of the animals. Let's get a little clarity on this peacock. I don't know why I just thought of the weirdest song. I thought of the song with the boots, with the fur on the boots. I'll find it. I could just hear that line a little bit. The boots in the fur and something looking at her. Whatever that song is, it's kind of coming through with that card. It's kind of a fun song though. All right, let's continue. More messages for the collective today, please and thank you. Oh, nice. Oh, this is sassy and movement and translucent. It's the orange blossom jellyfish. Wow, I just went weird in the brain files with music for you. I just thought of a Fiddle song. It's called the Orange Blossom Special. Wow, that was really weird. I haven't thought of that song in so long. I actually won a fiddling contest when I was 7 years old playing that song. I did that one and a fiddling tune. Wow, that's a weird memory. So even when memories come through, there's usually another message for you guys. So I can remember that my mom took me to this fiddling contest, and when we got there, it was only for adults. They didn't have a they didn't have like a category for kids, and I was the only kid to show up. So they kind of just let me go on. And I think I was like a little speed demon on that violin. I could play like really fast. And I got up there and played my violin, and I actually won second place. I remember I got $100 and a trophy. Wow. And you know what I did with that $100? Wow. I actually decided to go to Kmart, and I wanted to buy a radio flyer wagon, because I wanted to tie the wagon to my bicycle and put my little sister in the wagon so that she could come along and then pull her. I don't know if I ever did. It was probably pretty heavy to actually put the wagon on the bike, but that was my intention. I wanted to have a wagon to have my little sister come along with me on bike rides. Wow. What a weird memory. So maybe you have a memory from when you were a kid, or it's about winning something but actually wanting to share like that winning with somebody else for them to come along. Maybe you're doing something where you're, you know, going for something here, and maybe there's not a category for you, and maybe that's why you shine, or maybe that's why you stand out, or you're different. So maybe you just need to go ahead, get up on that stage and step up to bat and give something a go. I'm getting, even if people kind of tell you no, or they're kind of confused about why you're trying something, I feel like you have to do something a little different, a little out of the norm. Be that monkey wrench, throw it on in there, spice things up. So I don't even know what this is. This is transparency. Okay, so, you know, maybe opening up your heart, speaking your truth, sensitivity, surrender, just go with the flow, and it's illumination. I really like that word. So feeling illuminated, feeling like you're glowing, you know, like that jellyfish way down in the depths of the ocean, and still creating your own warm light to see your way. I do feel like you are shining. So, wow, that was a interesting opening to this reading. Let's do something different. This is the Numerology guidance cards. Let's get a numerology card today. The only one of these two that has a number is the jellyfish, and that's number 35. So that does bring you to an 8, which is eternity, manifestation, power, abundance. One numerology card to clarify: the orange blossom jellyfish and the peacock, please. Also with the peacock, I am seeing like all of the eyes on the feather. So I do feel like there are some eyes watching you, admiring you, inspired by you. It could also be somebody in particular that you kind of have your eye on as well. They kind of sparkle a little bit different. They have a different kind of glow. One card for the collective, please, and thank you. Follow your dreams. 85. Follow your dreams. Follow your path. If you have a dream inside of you, start it, do it, pursue it, walk along that path. You are meant to have your dreams come true. This is almost like the star. But maybe you're getting some guidance, or you are that star that's shining. Maybe you need to write something down as well. I'm almost getting like a bucket list with that. So maybe it's not this big, huge dream. Maybe it's small, little, amazing things that you can do that you want to achieve or experience. So write them down. Start to check them off. Start to make some plans. Actually put something in your calendar that you've been wanting to do for a long time and you've just been putting off. Why not? Today's the day. Today's the day you have. So let's go to the tarot. This is the Life's Journey tarot cards. Let's get a couple of messages on the peacock, following your dreams, and the orange blossom jellyfish. I can't believe that like fiddling song. Maybe some of you play the violin, or you like country music. I don't know why I just thought of Brooks and Dunn. I just thought of the song My Maria. Maria. Something like that. My Maria. Maybe the name Maria? Or Marie or Mary. I actually just heard Mark. I don't always get names. Sometimes. Michelle and Marcus. Maybe those names are important to you. Or they just appear through synchronicity. Okay, let's start with one tarot card. Let's get a card on that peacock. What's going on with strutting your stuff? This is that weird like instruction thing that comes in this. So I feel like even when I pull weird cards like this, sometimes I have new decks I purposely do not look at so that I am surprised when I see them. But when I get something like, it has a little dinosaur in it. Little dino. Why I just thought of that Dynamite. I can't think of what show that's from. But maybe it's about an opening or an intro, or a web page for you, or getting yourself a QR code for something, like getting in tune with the modern times. It's a guidebook. Maybe you're actually, I'm getting that you're writing an intro or a cover letter or something like that. But I do think that maybe that in particular is important. If you have a business, or like you want to have something on your business card so that people can actually find you faster. Maybe it's finding the right help to help you, with the technology department, or maybe that's you and you can offer your service to somebody. I also see like a really awesome business card, like not the usual business card. I actually see something that's either like plastic or sparkly or see-through, or like this is like see-through here, or iridescent, or even made out of metal, like something that just kind of stands out. It's not going to look like anybody else's business card. Maybe it costs like a little bit more, but it's kind of worth it. It kind of makes you stand out. It's like when you get a gift and it's in incredible wrapping paper. Like even before you open it, you know that there's something special. I know this is very random, but you can actually design your own wrapping paper and fabric. I'm kind of seeing that. So maybe it's your own personal design on something, your art. Even if you write music, maybe you write intros or jingles, or like background for something like that if you're a musician or a composer. All right, let's get another card. Peacock. Oh, it's this is number 20. It's called The Last Judgment. So, releasing judgment on yourself, on others, on anyone else's style, or any kind of facet on someone else, what someone does, what someone doesn't do. We're all human. We're all trying. But when judgment comes through, this is huge self-reflection. This is getting the sound from the angel, the trumpets above that are telling you to make some changes. And they're beautiful changes because they're taking you to the world and then to the Fool. So this is when you actually see beautiful reflections on yourself, and you actually see the weird ones too. And they're all beautiful Because when you start to see those facets of you that were maybe deep down under there, and you put a little glow on that situation, that's when you make changes. That's when you have spiritual elevation and illumination, and your whole energy changes, your vibration changes. You start to see opportunities in front of you you didn't see before. So maybe you're making a big judgment call on something. This could be a huge decision, huge changes, but it's looking at the past, what you like, bringing that along with you, and the things that you wish you didn't do, or wish you could have done different, or wish you could change. You can't go back to the past, but you can be here right now and make those changes for today, this moment, and towards the future. And now you're changed. So let's see. Clarity. Let's get clarity on that. Number 20, the last judgment. You know, I feel like that upside down is too much energy placed in what everyone else is doing and being a little too harsh on how you perceive or look upon others. You have to like kind of take back that energy and have some grace and compassion. And when you see through the eyes of compassion and you recognize that we're all beautiful divine souls just here having a human experience, and it's all a big school. There are so many extremes that we experience and so many different lessons that we go through, and not everyone is on the same lesson, in the same chapter, on the same path, with the same experiences and the same perceptions. So it's just having recognition of that and really getting into your own expression and elevation and learning from your lessons and releasing an old way of doing something. It's like passing the test. You finally pass the test. You don't have to repeat that class anymore. You can move to a new class. Let's get clarity on judgment. The 6 of Cups. All right, so you are, I like this. It's almost like the same girl here. It's here, it's almost like you were trapping yourself. Or, you know, this is when you were sometimes repeating a cycle and like refusing to take that test, or like not going to class that day. But once you pass this test and you revisit things from the past, you do it a different way. The 6 of Cups is sometimes nostalgia. So it is like kind of getting lost in the past, lost in the what ifs, or lost in dreamland as to the scenarios of the possible future that you're actually not in. But all of that is kind of elusive. You have to come and bring that 6 of Cups energy into the now. And if that is, that's interesting, because I did think of that, you know, that violin story from the past. So how can you take the stories of the past? Sometimes it's just a happy memory. Sometimes this is somebody from the past coming back into your life, you calling that old friend, a reconnection that happens. But when you make that reconnection, it's making a new experience. You know, sometimes you can reminisce, but how are you making it special today? Sometimes this has to do with children, but it's also that childlike sense of wonder and tapping into your own inner child. So maybe you are thinking about some dreams that you had as a youngster, or maybe 3 weeks ago, and you kind of put on the back burner. And you're deciding to actually start to do it today. 6 of Cups. I also think of it as not necessarily platonic love, but it is friendship, but it's pure. It's that pure kind of love that comes through. It's innocent, it's light, it's uplifting, it's truthful, and it's usually pretty easy. You know, in the typical tarot, it's like the little boy giving the little girl some flowers. And it's just sort of sweet. Oh, that's cute. That does remind me of like the radio flyer. Oh, that just gave me big goosies. Maybe you're actually giving somebody a gift. or doing something just to be sweet, just because. Not really for a big reason. It doesn't have to be a birthday or anything like that. It's just, why not? If you're thinking about somebody, maybe just do something nice for them. I guess upside down, it's not reconnecting. It's getting lost in nostalgia instead of bringing it into the now. Maybe there's a beautiful bridge between you and these dreams of the past, and how you can like really make some huge changes here to bring it into reality. Start to make something manifest. Let's get clarity on this orange blossom jellyfish. Transparency, sensitivity, surrender. That's like an allowance, letting go. An illumination. Oh, wow, you have another 6. So you're on the road towards smoother waters. Sometimes the 6 of Swords is actually going across water or going on a journey. It's learning to navigate your boat. It is learning how to do like situations now differently than you would have done then. You know, it doesn't mean that there's no more storms that are gonna come a-blowing, but you've got the different tools and the know-how to navigate around the storm or handle it different, ignore it altogether. But it's recognizing how you know how to really sail your ship. It's like before, you kept getting like caught on how to put the sails up, or you had the anchor in the ground, in the water. Like there was always something kind of off that got you stuck or pushed you too far or got you like lost, like, what is that? Like lost behind. I don't know what I see here. I kind of see like something behind a boat. So maybe you're always trying to play catch up to something or trying to tug something too hard. But when the 6 of Swords comes through, this is smoother waters ahead. The journey is going to feel different. It's going with the flow now rather than resisting something. Upside down, it's forgetting the lessons you learned and forgetting how to put up those sails when you know how to do it. Here it has somebody, she's actually like got her camera, so maybe some of you are actually photographers, or it's about taking the snapshot of a moment. The picture is worth, 1,000 words kind of thing. You got she got this she has beautiful hair. She's got this hat on, her backpack, her comfy sweater, and she looks like she's just prepared for this journey and ready to go. You got the ticket, you're there, so it's about continuing on. But this is where your thoughts become clear, where your thoughts understand the lessons of the past, and you take the beautiful lessons with you, and you leave the crap that doesn't work anymore on the shore. You leave some stuff behind, so you don't have heavy baggage with you. It's taking just what you need. Clarity on the 6 of Swords, please. Ooh, you got a lot of airplane energy here. This is the Knight of Swords. So it looks like you actually made it on the plane. You're actually on that journey, heading to new horizons, maybe going someplace really different, but maybe some of you are returning somewhere as well, because you do have this 6 of Cups. It looks like you're either looking at something really cool, listening to something awesome, or I'm almost getting creating something here, but it could be a conversation, communicating. Maybe taking a picture. You have 2 of these. You have the camera here, and you could be taking a picture here, kind of like a selfie, like remembering this awesome moment. But the Knight of Swords is very, very smart, intelligent, clear thinking, good with communication. Maybe it is doing something on social media. It's usually something that happens very quickly, or a very like quick-minded, think on a dime individual, usually an air sign. So Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. I like her sunglasses. But you do have to remember with the Knight of Swords that sometimes it's rushing into something too fast. You do want to make sure you are prepared and you have what you need. Sometimes I see the sunglasses and I always think of the Knight of Swords as sometimes having tunnel vision or blinders. And that can go either way. Sometimes you need those blinders or that tunnel vision to really give you a good focus on perhaps what you're trying to, manifest on your dreams so that you have a specific goal. But you don't want to be too focused. You have to be flexible here. You have to be flexible with your focus. You know how something is adjustable? So sometimes you have to zoom out to see the bigger picture and take those blinders off, because if there's something else information-wise that you can learn or expand upon, then that readjustment can change how fast you actually get to manifest your dreams, have this clear communication, or get to where you're going. When the Knight of Swords is in an upside down energy, it's not clear communication. It's only focused on one thing and one thing only. It's not having that expansive mindset to get more information. It's really putting way too much energy into one ball of information that was gotten and thinking that's the end all of everything. So you have to release this energy and expand with this Knight of Swords. You have to always be willing to, discover what you don't know, you don't know, you don't know. All right, let's get some clarity on, but it could be that things will start to move very fast, or that somebody's moving very fast towards you. Maybe some of you are actually taking a trip with those two together. Maybe that's part of your dreams, a place you want to go in the world to explore. You could be going towards somebody special here as well, reconnecting with a friend, somebody from your past, reopening that connection of conversation, having some clarity in a situation. All right, let's get a tarot card on Follow Your Dreams, please. Number 85. And now we have another Knight. There's 2 6s and 2 Knights. So this definitely could be a journey. The Knight is not the page. It's not just a little old message. It's actually the experience. But it's not quite the king or the queen. So it's having more of those experiences to gain that maturity of, the royal family, or, royalty, the king, the queen. This is a little bit younger of an energy. It's that in between, still discovering, want to know more. It's not about how old you are. It's about allowing yourself sometimes to go back so you can have more of these experiences in your book. But this experience is usually about your heart. But if this is a combination of your heart and your head, that's a pretty good experience. The Knight of Cups is usually a water sign. Look at her. She's so cute. She looks like she's writing something down. She actually looks like she is like posing for a picture. Or it's like that snapshot moment. I'm actually getting like that moment, that like perfect moment when you, I don't know why I saw an epiphany. Like you think of the perfect solution for something, but Knight of Cups is usually romantic. Romantic, and like wants to go on a date, wants to write poetry, wants to express how his or her heart is feeling. They're usually very good with putting into words what they feel, whereas others maybe can't express what's going on in their heart. Like this person feels it, but they don't know how to put it into words. This person usually knows how to put it into words. It's having your heart on your sleeve. Also, the Knight of Cups is very very intuitive, pretty in tune with energies in a room or the energy of a person, knowing how to navigate that energy best. Sometimes it's that knight in shining armor. So, you know, somebody that rides in on that white horse and they're like glowing in the sunshine or sparkling in the moonlight. But Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer kind of energy. Upside down, they're not following their heart. They're not trying to manifest their dreams. They're not confident to ride into a new experience. They get too comfortable in that experience that worked that one time instead of trying something new or trying it a different way. Maybe even a little too emotional, or feeling all of those emotions inside but not expressing them, which just makes their energy a little bit off because they're bottling their truth up. What's at the bottom? I looked. You have the 8 of Wands. This person with a backpack again on a mountain looking at this sunrise or sunset. When I see a mountain, I think of obstacles, but it looks like you're actually going to go down the mountain because she has skis. So the 8 of Wands means something, you have this too, something is going to happen faster than you know. Whatever I said before about turning on a dime, you may need to adjust yourself very quick when, if this is under here and you're manifesting the truth of your heart, or perhaps even a relationship or love, because it is the Knight of Cups. He usually has an offer of love, or she. Maybe something's going to come really fast. Something's going to really start moving. Instead of feeling like you're always trekking uphill, you're going to be like the wind in your face and like smooth sailing ahead. 8 of Wands is like the fastest card in the minor arcana. It's also sometimes Cupid's arrows, so it could be a lot of love. But you do have to know with the 8 of Wands, it's energy that goes out or comes in really fast. So it could be, you know, if you're doing something, let's say on social media here, and you want to let everybody know like how awesome this trip was, or what's going on with you, or what you're into, or how your dreams are manifesting, and you kind of do the group text or something like that, and all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, gets to know what's going on, or like working, I'm getting a lot of working with you kind of energy. But it could also be the other way. You get a lot of ideas, or a lot of information all at once that just kind of comes at you all at once, which usually means you have to quickly readjust. So should we go to a different tarot? Yeah, let's do something different to clarify. This is the Art of Life Tarot. Let's just get the bridge between the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the 8 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and Judgment. It looks like all of this starts to manifest or starts to finally move along and flow after you just make some big changes. Release energy where it doesn't belong, put energy back into you and where it needs to flow. And I don't know, I just see like, I actually see a book flying off of the shelf, almost like by magic. It's like it was up there ready for you to start that chapter, and like all of a sudden I see that 8 of Wands here. Like, think of something going down really fast. I see like a book flying off the shelf, falling on the floor, opening up, and like words just start to appear. It's like your book starts to unfold as you're actually reading it. So I don't know, maybe you didn't want to take that book off the shelf for a long time. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's just going to, by magic, fly off and start writing itself while you're in it. I don't know, I kind of see one of those weird books where it's like you could pick this way or you could pick this way. You know, like which way are you going to pick? Which way are you going to go? I feel like the choice is yours. Ooh, what is that? The Five of Wands. So this likes to come out in this particular deck. Five of Wands is sometimes differences of opinions, a lot of friction or energy in your environment. It's within, it's wands, so it's creativity, it's like creative energy, it's sometimes passion, but sometimes it's good to have a little bit of friction or a little bit of competition, because it's that nice, gentle, like pop and push to give you a boost to do something. Sometimes it's awkward friction. It's awkward opinions, and it's too much going on outside of you that it's actually affecting how you move. And in turn, it's still good because it gets you to move different, unless you just choose to be in that like pushy, friction, hard energy all the time. So sometimes I see it as like too many cooks in the kitchen. Sometimes those cooks are on the same team and they make a magical feast. And sometimes it's too many ingredients going on and it makes some awkward stew that nobody wants to eat. It's like too much salt. So it's recognizing the perfect amount of ingredients and when it's too much. And if it's too much, it's taking yourself out and walking down this path on your own personal road to what your dream is. If it's opinions on that everybody else has towards you on what your dream should be, or how you should be feeling in your heart or thinking in your mind, then it's not really up to anyone else what your dream is. It's like that person that has to, I'm getting like when you grow up and like the people that have the great idea, like you're going to go to school to do this, or you're going to run this business, or this is what you're going to have. And then your dream is to like fly fish and not run a corporation. And then you're going to be running this corporation, and in your mind, you're just wish you were in the creek, like helping people fly fish or something like that. That's a really weird example, but it's like, you know, eventually you're going to have that dream on the back burner. So even if it's adjustment, you know, it is possible to have more than one dream. If there's something you do have to do and it's responsibility, how can you still manifest that dream of that thing you're thinking about as well? Why not have them both? But if there's too much of a pushy energy and it's really not for you, it is learning how to walk away. Walk towards your own destiny, towards your own path, what you believe in your heart. Pave your own way. Write your own book. The wisest men follow their own direction. Euripides. You know, sometimes this is the personal trainer, the person that's actually on your team, on your side to get you to like do a couple extra squats to get you stronger. Sometimes that's the team where everyone's on the same team. They work together, a little bit of friction against each other so everybody gets better. But if you're on a place where you don't feel like you're actually on the same team, then that's when you adjust that situation. It is a 5, so it means that there is going to be a change. All right, let's get clarity on that 5, the overall bridge. Sometimes different messages need to come through in one reading. Sometimes the whole reading's for you, sometimes it's not. Sometimes there's little bits that are just like that little twinkle of something that you needed to hear. And sometimes it makes sense later. Okay, let's get one more card. Clarity on the 5 of Wands, please, and thank you. Ooh, the Moon. And the 8 of Swords at the bottom. So you have 2 8s, 2 Knights, 2 6s, the 5 and the Moon. The Moon is really tapping into what was under the surface. Facing something that seemed like a fear and giving it no power. Really tapping into your intuition. Really going with the flow of something. Really reading the room. You know, sometimes it is secrets. Something that just was hidden. But there's always a chance for something to come to light. Here, oh, this person has like a guitar or a what's the other thing when the guitar has the, I don't know what that's called, but it makes me think of, I don't know why I want to say a mandolin. It's not a mandolin. I'm not going to get lost on it, but there's a big lion here. Go confidently. You have two of the same message. Go confidently in the direction. Wow. Look, you have three. You have a triple whammy here. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life that you have imagined. Follow your dreams, and the wisest men follow their own direction. So if you have a dream that's been hidden under the surface, or you've been scared to try, it's time to step up to bat. Be this peacock. Be yourself, because there's nobody like you, and you are meant to have your dreams come true. If there's something that you see as a weird reflection that's under there, you can make the change. And then something that was like that thing that you were thinking about, like, sometimes I'm going back to getting on stage. Sometimes like that energy and that nervousness of actually knowing you have to try something is way harder than actually getting up there. Once you get up there and you're not in the nostalgia of the what is going to happen or the what happened before, and you're in this moment, you see how you can do it. You can handle something. If you mess up, you mess up. You can try again, or you discover that it's not the stage for you, you go somewhere else. You try something else. I feel like a lot of you have many, many different dreams, and also so many facets of you and so many talents that you can do, that maybe it's just starting, choosing the one that feels like you want to do it right now. And it's possible as you walk down your own path, you discover new dreams, you discover new facets of you, you discover things that you didn't do so well or you want to change, and then you change them. Or you go on this path and it keeps going in circles, around and around and around and around, until you pass that big old test and get out a new chapter, a new book. This quote is Henry David Thoreau, telling you to get back your confidence, or it's coming back. And then this is the Eight of Swords. I like that they're different energies in like this deck than the typical Rider-Waite or Thoth Tarot. Because usually the Eight of Swords is really getting stuck in your mind. It's getting stuck in your thoughts so hard that you actually start to believe that you can't change, which isn't the truth. You can always change. You can always get out of a situation, or, find a way to do something differently. But if you get so stuck in your mindset of something so strict, where's that knight, in your way of thinking, that is one way and one way only, then you're not going to see how you can exit or how you can maneuver, or the tools that are usually right around you to get out or to head towards something. Again, you have the 8, which is a powerful manifestation number. It could also be that somebody feels really stuck in a situation. And it is true that sometimes you just have to wait for the season to change, the ebb and the flow to change, that huge tide to come, to have a situation actually evolve different. But it always starts within you. So the Eight of Swords is recognizing that when you have something you think you're totally bound by and can't adjust, you have to change your mindset first. You have to try to see a solution. You have to try to see how strong you are and believe in yourself. And then once you open your eyes and see something a different way, you start to see there's those swords right around you can use as a tool to get yourself out of those ropes that you're usually in. And usually those swords in the traditional tarot are just kind of like making a fence, but they're not usually connected. You can just kind of change your position and go sideways. So it's not always the front door. Sometimes it's the approach you didn't think of. And once you see it, are you going to go through it? Or are you going to change? Here, you got that big boat. You learn to put up your sails. Your boat's super fancy. I think this is the Columbus card. Yeah. Columbus crossing, I don't have my glasses. I do. Crossing something. They are super tiny. The Atlantic. From 1927, private collection. You can never cross the ocean unless you have the courage and the confidence to lose sight of the shore. You have to be willing to let the thing that wasn't working go. You have to be willing to put an old book on the shelf. You have to be willing to leave that old classroom and go to some place that might be new. You might feel like you're starting all over, but what are you going to get to discover? Can you imagine being Columbus and just having that dream that there's something out there and going across that huge, scary ocean and just saying, and just having that belief, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna find that brand new paradise, that brand new land, because I know it's out there. You know, that's ballsy. And then you do. It doesn't mean that that shore isn't still there on the other side of the ocean. It's still there. But when you go back, whoo, you're going to have some stories to tell. Hey. So it looks like there is a beautiful journey ahead. Something to discover, but it's about having the courage to give it a try. And can we end with, I do love it. Let's end with the Winged Enchantment. I like ending with something that has like a summary of words. I don't always do it, but sometimes it has an extra message, or it just kind of brings everything together pretty cool. I keep staring at these sunglasses, and I don't know why. Maybe you're getting a new pair of sunglasses, or it's about seeing somebody like eye contact. Somebody was always kind of, it's not really a mask, but it's still kind of like a form of protection here. So maybe it's actual eye contact for some reason is important. Eyes of the soul. One more message. Thank you. I just see the dreams, and I see this airplane, you know, leaving this airport, and this mountain and skier here, and that boat, and I just see like maybe something that was just anchored in, whether that was by your own energy or by a situation. Like the anchor just, I see the anchor coming up, or you know when a plane takes off and the wheels kind of go up, and then once something starts to take off with that Eight of Wands, it's going to really have some beautiful movement and in the right direction. One more message, please. Thank you. Oh, wow. I like this card. This is the Blackbird. It's number 1. So number 1 is stepping into the I am. It is kind of like the Magician. It is like putting movement forward into something. You actually have this like medallion on your third eye here, and it looks like it's the sun. See that? Oh, my camera's not so good. One day I'll get a better camera for you guys. There's also a maple leaf. It's interesting how the birds are kind of going all different ways. There's so much wind in this card. And your energy is sparkling. It's like, oh, I just thought of the weirdest thing. You see all this energy? It literally looks like it's sparkling in your hair. I just thought of that stuff they have. I think it's called like fairy hair or something like that. And there are people that actually have that as a business. Maybe that's something you're getting. I mean, you do have the peacock here you're starting with. Also, that makes me think of amazing dreadlocks or like amazing braids. Now I just thought of that, like, I think it's called fairy hair. I'm not sure, but it's when you like look at someone, you're like, oh, they have like, it's like it's strands of like, not really glitter. It's almost like not tinsel. It's actually very, very pretty. It actually kind of looks like hair, but it's sparkly. Maybe that's important, or that's somebody's business, or something like that. That was an interesting message to come through at the end. This was kind of a interesting reading. I had fun with you guys today. Also, thank you for subscribing to this channel and being here with me. Thank you for liking these videos. And if you ever see that there's messages you feel like, you know, would be helpful to anybody else, I do know that liking the video and sharing it and all that stuff does help get it out there. So I just appreciate especially all your comments. I like reading your comments. You guys are just so beautiful in your energy. So thank you. Let's continue. Let's see what the Blackbird is. I am Blackbird, the enchantress of the soul. I am melodious and hypnotic. I am, why did that just make me think of the Notorious B.I.G? Did he have a song? Is that Hypnotize? I am the transporter. Well, you definitely have that going on with all of this movement. Transporter of the mind from one state to another. I am the bringer of omens, and I will entrance you with my song and open you to the portals of spirit. That's a deep line. I break through the boundaries and remove whatever separates you from eternity. I feel like I saw that, the eternity with the 8 in the beginning. If you had strayed into my woods, something enchanting is afoot. Mystery has tempted you. The magical realms have seduced you, and I can align you with the earth and the energy that encircles it. You are hearing the whispers of the ancients and the calls of the deep woods. Look beyond everything and see the layers. Listen carefully. Be alert. And go and, hey, embrace. Where are these knights that would definitely want the experience, this exuberance, woo, of going downhill and seeing this movement, being in the moment and not lost in the what ifs. Be alert, go and embrace the experience. You are captivating. You are limitless. You are eternal, and you are a Blackbird. All right, guys, I hope this reading was helpful for you. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a beautiful day. I love you so much, and I will see you soon.